Today on the channel, we're back at it with our first Turtle Tuesday of 2025. This time, we're glowing in the dark with Scratch the cat.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for our first Turtle Tuesday unboxing of 2025, as we'll always do a Turtle Tuesday as long as we can. And now, guess what? This Tuesday we can, as we got the brand new Super 7 Ultimate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles glow-in-the-dark Scratch the Cat. But for all your Scratch the Cat glow-in-the-dark needs, better hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% all in-stock items. Gotta get a deal out there. That's exactly what I did. This is on their website right now as I'm filming this. I went over there, I ordered it, saved 15%. I don't think you'll find this cheaper anywhere else. So shout out to jaystoysandgames.com. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And what can you say? Glow-in-the-dark life taking over the Super 7 Turtles line. Ups and downs with the Super 7 lines as of late, I know. Long delays, long waits, waiting to hear will we get more G.I. Joes, will we get more Turtle waves outside of the 2012 Turtles and stuff like that. So really waiting to see where everything kind of goes in 2025. But one thing we are seeing is a lot of glow-in-the-dark figures. Makes a lot of sense for Super 7. You're getting the most out of your molds. You're doing things just a little different with the glow-in-the-dark. And it is a very easy re-release, repaint, and then you get more money. We understand how that all works as well. And I am an absolute sucker for glow-in-the-dark figures. I know not everybody is into these glow-in-the-dark ones, but I'm working on that glow-in-the-dark closet, maybe even glow-in-the-dark room, so more glow-in-the-dark figures are always welcome in my collection. And there's just something cool about my basement here. When you turn all the lights off, there is a shelf just beaming, glowing like a nightlight. It's just really fun to have. So, to each their own. You either like it or you don't, but I love glow-in-the-dark. I love translucent plastic, so I'm in on this one here. And of course, we'll compare it to the regular version of Scratch the Cat later on in this very video. And of course, Scratch, a Playmates legend, one of, if not, I guess, the rarest Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure of all time way back in the day. So a lot of people didn't have that. They have to live through these figures, of course. But of course, we're going to dive in, and let's do that here. No slipcase cover, no brown box, none of that going on. What you see is what you get. Scratch, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Of course, you got the big window box there letting everything in. Of course, mint on card collectors, you're not left out of the fun. You can also get this thing charged up and keep him mint on box and have him glow in the dark if you want to. Cool packaging design that also glows in the dark as well. Usual Turtles packaging for the most part. Got War and Peace back here about Scratch the Cat. Might as well read it. Why wouldn't we? He is the crafty crook cat. He's been sentenced to 9 life terms. He's busted out of jail 9 times. Now this flea-bitten feline is free to frolic with the fetid Foot Clan. Scratch is the meanest street cat you're likely to meet. Like a young Heathcliff. Oh, Heathcliff, you're no good. We do know that. It does say, if you perchance run into this mutant mongrel, run him over before he scratches you senseless. Beware, because Scratch is the master of trickery. That's how he gets out of jail all the time. He may fool the fuzz by offering them a piece of his criminal cake gun, then it's swipe, swipe, and Scratch is off running with his swindling sidekick, Jailbird. And of course, Jailbird does come in here. Very cool to see Jailbird as well. Goes back to my G.I. Joe playing days back in the day. See you later, goodbye, like a young Mark Price. Shout out to Mark Price, legend. I always like getting a little animal friend, and 2 animal friends, I guess, in the instance in this one here. But a lot going on in the plastic prison, and we do, of course, got a twist tie around the waist. We got to have him locked down, and it makes sense to put a twist tie on a Jailbird, that is for sure. But we do get extra head, we get all the weapons. A lot of this, obviously, we've seen before. We know how it goes. But it is cool to make these as different as possible. As I always say, whenever you get chase variants, just, you know, different color combinations of the same figure, what are you going to do to make them feel different and look different? Come on, Jailbird, let's get out of here. There we go. We're getting there. We're almost there. But what are you going to do to make them different? There it is. All right, I think we're almost there. Are we taped in? Oh, we got some of that dreaded tape. It's not Cambodian, Todd. I just checked. I could tell right away. There it goes. See you later. Goodbye. What are you going to do to make them different? Well, the nice thing about these Super 7 Ultimate figures, they make it very easy to make them different, as we got so many different weapons, different hands, different heads, different accessories. It's an easy way to make it feel different. So I always do appreciate that from Super 7. But hand-wise, we get 2 gripping hands out of the package. Got a big old splayed out hand. Got a second splayed out hand right there. 2 fists of Jailbird Fury right here for old Scratch. And then we got 2 more gripping hands once again. So, as I said, mix them up, make them feel as different as possible. That's what you got to do. Some more accessories with here. You do get a glow-in-the-dark fish. He's got those X over the eyes that just shows that it's a dead fish. And, of course, you know, birds and cats can always come to an agreement. They both love fish. They might hate each other most of the time, but they both can come together. They both love to eat some fish. I dabble in the fish myself a time or two. Shout out to all you fish eaters out there. Love a good tuna fish, as we do know. But right there, looking good with the old hammer. Got a little black on it here. Looking beautiful. Nice hammer there. You do get a nail file. Always got to have these. Prisoner's dream weapon, of course. These file those. Every night they're filing them bars. Just hoping to escape one night. We do get that going on. And then the cake gun is pretty clever as well. We saw this before. Very, very clever. Got some candles on it. Got some cake. But it is a gun inside of a piece of cake. You got to do what you got to do. You do got some money, like you're a young Scrooge McDuck right here. And unfortunately, got a rip in the bag. All the gold pieces coming out. Would be great for a $1 Million Man figure. You can hold it with this and you just pretend he's got all the money there. Of course, getting into Jailbird, basically an accessory, really. But he does glow in the dark as well. Got the gold feet on him, the gold beak. Got the jail outfit on. And then, of course, glow in the dark as well. Still pretty cool. I love the coin that he flips right there. Just a nice little accessory piece, a little added bonus with this one and the prior edition as well. But now we're going to dive into Scratch the cat himself. He's ready to do a little Ted Nugent cat scratch fever is what he's ready for. He got that big grin, like, what is it? Alice in Wonderland, the Cheshire Cat, is that what he's called? Got that big old teethy grin there, of course. Just a straight criminal is what he looks like. He's like a young hamburglar with that mask on. He's got the hat as well. But looking good. Love the yellow in the eyes, yellow on the nose. Looking good in the head sculpt department. I used this head for the original, so I will be using the second head here. You do get a little bit of a mouth open on the side, and then you got the side eyes. Todd, you love this side eye over here. I'm sure Todd's like, oh, that's the best side eye I've seen outside of McFarlane Toys. But looking good, of course. Got the eyes there, once again in yellow, yellow nose. Very good, but I will make it as different as possible. I will use this head with my Scratch. Now, Scratch also comes with his big ball and chain. Very old-timey. Oh, very old-timey. In the old movies and stuff, you would see criminals here, and they got the old ball and chain stuck to them. Like a young Big Boss Man, once again. We talked about Ted DiBiase. Why not talk about the Big Boss Man? Boss Man would used to have this thing around as well, and he'd use this as a weapon. Love the real chain on that. Silver ball looking very good. Scratch got to lug that bad boy around, of course. But diving into the body on this one, he does got the Jailbird outfit. I guess very stereotypical Jailbird outfit here with the stripes. He might escape jail, he might stay in jail, or he might referee a football game. You're not sure what he's up to. We never do know. He is prisoner 0009 for those keeping track at home as well. Got some tears and tatteredness in his shirt, so he's had a little tough time. I guess part of the escaping, he ran into some trouble, ripped his shirts up a little bit there. Articulation, arm does go all the way around. Very tight joints on this one. Side to side, single jointed elbows, hands back and forth, side to side, head back and forth, side to side, hula hoop plus traditional waist. Hit those big old Scratch splits if you do need them. Ready to go. Leg does go up. Single jointed knee, side to side. Ankles up and down. And then even got some tail edge back here. Tail back and forth, side to side. So a lot of ways to make this one feel different. And I will say, and I've said this before in glow-in-the-dark videos for Super 7 especially, Super 7, or I should say glow-in-the-dark paint, plastic, whatever, plastic, has really come a long ways over the last couple of years. I mean, you used to see stuff that was glow-in-the-dark back in the 80s, and it was barely hueing on you. Now these things are really, really popping, especially if you get a black light and charge these up. These things really put some glow off to them. So there's definitely been some advanced articulation in the plastics, mixing in something to make them really glow in the dark. So I do like that. We've also seen that from NECA and others along the way. So very fun to get these figures. And like I said, it's just not going to be for everybody, but there's something cool about you turn all the lights off in a room and these figures are just glowing back at you. Unless you're trying to sleep in a dark room and they're all glowing at you, maybe that is a disaster. I'm not sure. But I do like this guy, and I guess better do a ringside stand test on him, huh? Mattel ringside stand available at Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. He does fit. He does fit for those keeping track at home. But I do got our friend Scratch here. Man, oh man, how different do these guys look? They look way different between the two. Obviously, same sculpt, same everything. That's just the difference between different paint jobs and I guess plastic jobs in this case. But very, very cool, very, very fun. Not for everybody, especially at a $65 price point. I'd get that. It's $10 more than a traditional Ultimate. That's a pretty expensive piece of business. However, like I said, jaystoysandgames.com. You can get it for $65, but you can save 15% right off the bat. So, got to get a deal no matter how you do it. You got to be selective, and you got to look for the best deals around. And man, Jay's been helping me out a lot as of late. So, shout out to them, and shout out to Glow in the Dark Scratch the Cat. Be interested to hear your thoughts on this one. You all in on the Glow in the Dark? You pass it on the Glow in the Dark? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day. And then some. Even more content for you on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. Appreciate all the support, guys and gals out there. Of course, don't forget SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram, and now on TikTok. So for Scratch the Cat Glow in the Dark Edition, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.